Well, looks like leak season has begun. I'll never keep up. Hey guys, it's LeokoGem, and welcome to another video. Now, very recently, Sonic Forces had the trophy list leaked, and I figured that it had enough and was spoilery enough to make its own video, so why not? So with that said, let's go through these achievements and make comments where we can. First up, we've got the achievement, A Sonic Hero, which is obtained by collecting every achievement. Well, what goes up must come down, yet my feet don't touch the ground. I'm not gonna sing the actual song. In fact, I'm just rapping it, because I can't sing at all, and that was bad. But next up is the achievement, A New Story Begins, which is obtained by clearing the first stage of the game. Not much to say here either, so let's move on. Your Own Story, obtained by creating an avatar. Been there, done that, avatar is old news. Next, Sextuple Trouble, obtained by defeating Zavok. First of all, beating our man and Zavok here is not an achievement. Like, Sega's trying so hard to get us to fear him, and an achievement won't help. But for real, jokes aside, what can we say about the and Zavok achievement? Well, for one, Sextuple Trouble pretty much implies the rest of the Deadly Six. Granted that sex is the prefix for six, so, you know. Or maybe it's a reference to the Deadly Six, but I doubt that. I'm thinking it's that they'll appear. My guess is that they'll be comedic relief villains aside from Zavok himself. Perhaps the Deadly Six have a portion of the world, and Zavok, being the leader of the Six, is the one who speaks for them and their stance on the Empire. So Zavok will be the focus of the group, acting as a media between the Empire and the Zeti. Eggman tells him to do stuff, and he goes and tells the others to do it. Personally, I'm a little nervous about their inclusion due to cluttering the narrative, but I suppose if the other five's roles are kept to a minimum, then that's okay. Oh, and if this is true, then my theory of them becoming recurring villains is more likely. I don't really understand why everyone thought they died, but whatever. And I don't mind seeing Zaz, Zik, or Zor again. The last one is more because of personal opinion, but the other two, like Zavok, have potential. I'm not gonna get too deep into my thoughts about the Deadly Six, but, you know, let's move on to the next achievement. Infinite Possibilities, obtained by driving off Infinite. So it's likely you don't kill Infinite with this one. You make him retreat for one reason or another after a boss fight of some sort. No indication as to who you'll be fighting him as though, but yeah. Moving on to the next one, we've got Mean Egg Machine, obtained by driving off Eggman. Man, Sega's really going at it with these achievement references. Not much to say that I already did with Infinites. However, perhaps this one is achieved after the boss fight in Green Hill Zone with Classic Sonic, since he seems to be driven off in that boss fight. Next up is the achievement For the Future, which is obtained by liberating a world. Now, there's quite a few things to gather from this one. For starters, I think this is likely going to work like Sonic Unleashed, with putting the pieces of the planet back together, where as you progress, the world map would become more and more in one piece. But in this case, you'll have indications that an area is under the freedom of the Resistance rather than the control of the Eggman Empire. This is at least judging by the achievement emblem, and I understand why from a marketing perspective they won't admit Unleashed influence, because outside of the fandom it's considered bad, but man, the Unleashed influence is strong in this game, and that's a great thing. Furthermore, let's talk about the name of the achievement itself, For the Future. Now, whenever the word future is mentioned in this franchise, of course thoughts drift towards Silver the Hedgehog. But whether or not it actually means anything relating to him, we can't know for sure. Oh, and I imagine this is for when we've saved Sunset Heights. But moving on, we've got the Courage in Hand achievement, which is obtained when you've driven off Infinite. Again. So yeah, multiple Infinite boss fights, but of course we knew this. Well, we could have guessed this. So I guess we move on since I've already talked about it earlier. The next achievement is called Hope, and it is obtained when you've turned the tide of the conflict. So this is likely, judging by the emblem, when you've saved more than half, maybe 3/4 of the world. Things are getting in the favor of the Resistance, and it's all thanks to the teamwork of everybody. Next is the achievement Bonds of Friendship, which happens when you've defeated Infinite. Now this may just be me, but it's likely that the final boss is a tag team deal, with the name of the achievement. But that might just be me. But no, we've fought Infinite at least 3 times. I say at least because I feel like it'll be more than that, but who knows. And yeah, you've defeated the Edgemeister McGee. Congratulations! Then we've got Saved the World, which is obtained by restoring peace to the world. So this means that it's likely Eggman's army will be completely driven off or something, and the story probably won't carry on from Forces and be another probably equally dark but disconnected story. But that's just my thoughts when I look at how they're presenting this achievement. I hope I'm wrong, but meh. Now we've got the achievement Sonic and the Secret Stages, which is obtained by clearing all the secret stages. First of all, I don't feel comfortable with Sega reminding me of Sonic and the Secret Rings with this achievement name. Please, Sega, I don't like this. But for real, this is the first time we're hearing of secret stages in the game, so I guess they're not so secret anymore. I'm curious as to what they'll be like, if they're extra levels, or perhaps a new kind of special stage or something. Next achievement, and yes, they're trophies, but I've written an achievement in this script so many times at this point that I'm too lazy to go back and change it. The next achievement is Sonic Extreme, and this is obtained when you complete all the EX or X stages. Now, this is obviously a reference to the cancelled Sonic Extreme, and that's really cool. But there's another reference to be found in here. Now, when I was looking at this, I was wondering why the EX is capitalized, and I was scratching my head about that. But then it occurred to me. We've seen this before in the Sonic franchise. And where? In Sonic Riders. The X World Grand Prix. And that is a nice little reference and all, but honestly, I feel like it's Sega teasing me. I want my rogues in this game so bad, and I'd let out the hugest fanboy scream if they got in the game. Particularly Jet. So this gives me small hope to their inclusion, and oh my god, please, Sega, please bring back my Babylon rogues. Bring them in a main game, and I'd be so happy, please. I could write out the entire script begging about this, but I'm already half a page on just this, so let's wrap up this part. Now, what is an EX stage? No idea, honestly. Like I said, it could be an X World Grand Prix kind of deal, where it's like a stage rush thing, and you've got to get through every level without losing lives to, like, symbolize the world and all. Perhaps it's a hard mode. I heavily doubt it, but perhaps it has something to do with extreme gear? Yeah, I wish. Okay, moving on, what's the next one? Reach for the Red Stars, achieved by collecting all the Red Star Rings. Just take my hand, we're gonna reach for the Red Star Rings tonight. And I swore I wouldn't sing, but oh well. Colors reference, cool. Actually, that's nice, because that was their first appearance of the Red Star Rings, so it's cool that they're referencing the achievement for Red Star Rings with, well, the first game they appeared in. What's next? Sonic Teaches Numbers, obtained by collecting number rings 3 times. Okay, first off, is this a Sonic Schoolhouse reference? Good to see that sense of humor is at least in the achievements as well, but it looks like those counter things from Lost World are back. Cool, I didn't play Lost World, so I have no real preference to them. Next up, we've got Don't Lose Count, obtained when you collect all the number rings. Ah yes, that is cool. Next one is Silver Moon Mania, obtained when you've collected Silver Moons 3 times. No, Sega, no. Please don't bring these back. There was no reason to. Please, no. Don't bring back the worst part of Unleashed. That's not nice. I hope to God these aren't the moon dials, medallions, medals, whatever you want to call them, but I just hope to God they're not those. Like, don't make that for level progression. Please, please don't. But next is, our rings are your rings, and is obtained when you've collected all the Silver Moon rings. Next up, we've got Ring Enthusiast, Ring Collector, and Ring King, which are obtained when you collect 10,000, 50,000, and 100,000 rings, respectively. Jeez, how many rings are in Forces? They're definitely a currency for the game, and avatar stuff if you really rack up that many. But with that said, let's move on to the next set of achievements. They are Fighter, Warrior, and General achievements, given out by defeating 1,000, 5,000, and 10,000 enemies respectively. There are a lot of enemies in Forces to begin with. I mean, we've seen rows upon rows of enemies in several stages. But even so, it's likely that at least the second one you're gonna have to grind for. Probably the first as well. Next up, we've got the achievement Hooked on Wispens, obtained when you change Wispens for the first time. Now, we all know we can change Wispens. This isn't news. However, I'm going to point out the image they used for the trophy. The Void Wisp, which hasn't been featured in the game yet, but we've seen it in a lot of promotional material. And yeah, it's probably the Void Wispen and not the Frenzy like I had initially thought. Next, we've got the achievement Way Past School, obtained when you've equipped a part in every slot. This will be incredibly easy to get, so whatever, no problem at all. Then there's Running in Style, obtained when we've used the closet. I guess we can store our items in a closet of some sort. I don't know what the closet is, but that's the only thing I could think of with that. Then there's On a Roll, obtained when we've achieved a soldier's highest honor. I don't really know what this could mean, but judging by the similarity to the one after it, I'm gonna guess that it has to do with the races mentioned in it. With that said, the next one is Honor Roll, obtained when you've achieved the highest honor on all races. So what are these races? No idea. Could be an online mode of sorts. Could be maybe races against other characters like Speed Battle. No idea, honestly. Next is Global Allies, obtained when you've utilized the avatar rental function. Now that sounds cool. What I gather from this is we'll be able to share avatars with our friends for a short amount of time, and maybe be able to use them in the game. That sounds pretty cool. Then there's Rivalry Beginnings, obtained when you've made it onto the rankings. You do the thing and you get on the ranking. It's cool. Next up is this trio of trophies. Sonic Blaster, Sonic Jammer, and Sonic Battler. They are obtained by collecting 10, 30, and all Wispens, respectively. Jeez, that's a lot of Wispens. In that case, I guess we can assume that all the pre-existing Wisps are likely to get Wispens of their own, but the rest? Well, I guess we're going to be seeing a lot more new Wisps. And that's going to lead to a lot of experimentation and all. Perhaps the leak that included an Ice Wispen being there might end up being true. Next up, we've got the trophies Outfitter, Style Hog, Fashion Unleashed, and You Got Them All. They're obtained when you've collected 500, 100, 500, and all the parts respectively. For one, I appreciate the reference to Unleashed there, but geez, over 500 different customizable parts for your avatar? That's a lot. Sega's really going all out on the customization. Next up, we've got the following. Everyday Enthusiast, Daily Devotee, and Constant Connoisseur. They're obtained by completing 3, 5, and 10 daily missions, respectively. And wow, Sega's really giving us a lot to do in this game. I mean, daily missions? I wonder what those will be like. Perhaps to do with stage a number of times or something? No idea, but I like that they're spicing things up and giving us more to do in the game. And to wrap up, we got the following. Supersonic Rescue, Freedom Fighter, Nameless Hero, and Up for Any Challenge, obtained by completing your first 5 and 10 SOS missions, as well as completing all of the challenge missions. So first, let's talk about SOS missions. Now I'm guessing that these are types of missions that are all about speed, doing something as quickly as possible and having it within a set time limit. At least, that's what I get from the word SOS. You basically gotta save someone really, really quick, and yeah. But as for the challenge missions, I'm guessing that the SOS missions are the challenge missions, and will be personally completed and pre-installed within the game. But yeah, with that said, that's all the trophies. Man, that took a lot longer than I thought, but I'm done and went through all of them. I hope you enjoyed my thoughts and theories on these trophies. But hey, what do you think about them? Is there anything you think differently about? Let me know in the comments below, and if you like this video or want to hear more from the Lyoko Gem, then like, subscribe, and follow my social media accounts on Tumblr, Twitter, and Discord, all linked below. Thanks so much for watching, and with all of that being said, this has been the Lyoko Gem, warping out.